know you might be busy today, but you can never be too busy for God. Take just a little bit of time with me to read this passage that I really think is going to encourage you. This is from my Devo. The story was of a poor woman who had been carried triumphantly through a life of unusual sorrow. She was giving the history of her life to a kind visitor on one occasion, and at the close, the visitor said feelingly, "Oh, Hannah, I do not see how you could bear so much sorrow." "I did not bear it," was the quick reply. "The Lord bore it for me." "Yes," said the visitor, "that is the right way. You must take your troubles to the Lord." "Yes," replied Hannah, "but we must do more than that. We must leave them there. Most people," she continued, "take their burdens to him, but they bring them away with them again and are just as worried and unhappy as ever. But I take mine and I leave them with him and come away and forget them. And if the worry comes back, I take it to him again. I do this over and over until at last I just forget that I have any worries and am at the perfect rest." Y'all, there was something that was making me so anxious. I could not stop worrying about this thing. It was just in the back of my mind, and I just really struggled to let go of this worry. And I would bring it to God and I would talk to God about it and I would ask him for help with this worry. But then in the back of my mind, it stayed with me. I never was fully released of this worry. One day, I just sobbed my eyes out to the Lord and I just completely and fully surrendered it to him. I was okay with whatever the outcome was because I knew that God was good. And so I just let it go. And I did what this book says, I stopped, giving it to God and then taking it back, but I actually casted my cares on God, like it says in 1 Peter. I actually casted my cares on God and I actually just left them there. I threw that worry onto God and I left it there. And then I forgot about it. I forgot about that worry. And literally today, God answered that prayer request behind what that worry was, that was so consuming me for months. God actually answered that today. And he came through today. And I had forgotten about it. So praise God. Take your worries to the Lord, but don't bring them back with you. Leave them there. And you will have a peace that surpasses all understanding.